Hey, I got my Nexus 4 and I'm pretty happy about it. It's a nice device and I'm going to have a quick overview of it. First, let's take it off of here and have a look at the device itself. As you can see, it looks very similar to the Galaxy Nexus, but it's different actually. It has Gorilla Glass 2 on the back and front. To look around the phone, it has, here's the front-facing camera. I believe it's a 1.9 megapixel camera. Here's the speaker grill. It's sort of like the Nexus, but actually different in that it's integrated in the top lip of the phone. So I kind of like that. The bottom has 2 screws, and I'm assuming that this is for removing the battery, or this is something on the phone, but I don't know if it's meant for to be removed. Anyway, also it has the microphone on the bottom, the micro USB, excuse me. On the top, we have our 3.5 millimeter headphone jack and another noise cancellation mic. On the right side, we have our volume rocker and our micro SIM card slot, which the Nexus comes with a SIM removal tool to stick in this hole and remove your SIM or replace it as you need. On the left, we have our power button, and of course on the back we have our LED flash and our 8 megapixel camera, and also the Nexus logo, and of course you have LG on the bottom. Like the Galaxy Nexus, the Nexus 4 has a notification light. Another feature that is included in 4.2 that's on the Nexus 4 is the ability to swipe down with 2 fingers and access quick settings. Another feature, a change, or a look change I should say, in the Nexus phone, in the Nexus 4, is the back has a reflective material under the glass, and it looks really cool. When you hold it in a certain way you can see it. In other ways it just looks black. But it's a nice feature and I really like it. The display on the Nexus 4 is a 4.7 inch 1280 by 768 IPS display. It's a nice display. It kind of reminds me of the HTC One X. It's not as colorful as displays such as the Galaxy S3 or the Galaxy Note 2, but it's really sharp, and it kind of reminds me of the One X, like I said, and like the iPhone. The display is probably between those two, but it's not quite as colorful as the iPhone. The colors are quite not as vibrant. Another thing I like about the display is the way the design of the glass is. The glass kind of curves down on the edges, and it gives a feeling of when you're scrolling that your icons or your apps are floating on the top of the screen, like the right part of the screen. It's a really cool feeling swiping. So that's a nice feature. This is a really nice screen, and I think you'll like it a whole lot. I sure do. Okay, we're going to take a look at the camera. And also while doing that, I can show you the new way that 4.2, which is on the Nexus 4, handles the lock screen. The lock screen now, you can add widgets to it by just swiping down like so, and you can add your calendar, a clock, messaging. These are just some I added just to show you, and but you only have a pre-selected amount of widgets that you can add. So it's it's not a bad feature. I would really prefer to have lock screen apps. As you can see, I added that one, and if you want to remove it, you just hold it and swipe it up and remove it just like you would remove an app on the home screen. But to add, like I said, you have a pre-selected amount of widgets that you can add, and I think it depends on the app developer, because I have a few apps that showed up in this area that I could add to my lock screen. You can also get to the camera from this screen. It's not like previous versions of Android where you could swipe the camera within the circle. You can only unlock it, and then to get to Google Now, you have to press this area right here at the bottom where you see this dotted circle to access Google Now. versus before you just had to drag it up from the lock screen. But anyway, to get the camera, to access the camera, you drag it down like so and just swipe it over to the left, and then you have your camera. The camera, it's pretty neat. It has a new feature in it where you hold it down with one finger and you have multiple selections. You can switch the camera to the front-facing camera, switch it back. You know, you have your HDR setting, flash, auto or off, the exposure setting, I believe that's what that is, but I'm not sure. And then you can go straight to settings, like right here. And that's a pretty neat feature. To view your photos, you just swipe. And that's my panorama photo, or my photosphere, I should say. And I'll get to that in a minute. Right down here at the bottom, you have your settings for your different modes, your video mode, panorama, and here's photosphere, which I'll show you. And in photosphere, basically, you take this dot and you align it within this circle in this square, and you go around the screen and line the dots up in your area, in your surround area that you want to take the picture. It's not the easiest thing to do, but it's once you get the hang of it, it's not that bad. And that's an example of a picture I took, and I'll press it and let you look at it. And this is a picture of my shop at my job. And as you can see, I messed up a little bit. You can see where it's not stitched together properly. With practice, you can become very good with this. Some people think it's a gimmick or gimmicky, but I actually like it. I've only did this a few times though, but like I said, with practice, I think you can take some pretty cool pictures. You know, just got to be careful. You'll have this weird stitched together pictures, and then you just tap it, and it stops. But it's pretty cool. You know, you can have a total 360 view of the area, and you can take. As you can see, this is where I stopped connecting the dots. But you can take areas. You can take area of the floor, the ceiling, or the sky, or ground, or wherever you're at, and all the surrounding areas. So it's a pretty neat feature to have. I think it is. As you can see, the Nexus 4 is a fluid phone. It's fast, just like other versions, but actually it's even faster, I believe. Android 4.2 really runs well. It has some glitches. I mean, it still has some work to go as far as being totally smooth, but it's smooth enough, at least for me. I really like it. A lot of the things haven't changed in since 4.1 or even 4.0. You know, you still have the app drawer with the card stack effect, which is pretty neat. And you know, you can go keep scrolling until you get to your widgets, which is cool. You know, and like I said, overall it's pretty fluid. I noticed with this phone, it's kind of weird. Seems like when you get halfway into the battery usage, like 50%, it runs better for some reason. At least on my phone, it even gets smoother. I don't know why that is. Anyway, another neat thing about this phone that I really like, the Google Now feature. It hasn't changed a whole lot, but you know, since they've upgraded it, you know, you can see packages shipped. You can track the package. You can go into settings, and this is the main settings at the bottom. You can click those settings. Okay, here we go, and then you have your Google Now voice phone search, and it tells you, you know, that you have a much broader range of settings of what you want to appear. You know, you can have stocks, sports, public alerts, movies. I haven't fully set this up, but right now I just got sports, which but you can set up a lot of things in here, and we'll do an example of this, and to give you an idea of how it works. And who won the game between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos?
The Chiefs lost to the Broncos 17-9.
Okay, and you can click on recap and highlights, and it'll take you to the website. And this is a mobile site, and you can see, you know, the browser. Give you an idea of the browser. This is Dolphin browser. This isn't Chrome. I prefer Dolphin on these devices. You know, scrolling is pretty good. On the mobile site, I don't know if you can pinch and zoom. No, you can't. Anyway, but that gives you an idea of how Google Now is. You know, how it works. And you've probably seen this before, but I like it. It's got a lot of neat features, and you can see I have a package, and you can track the package. And you know, to go to the UPS site and see how fast that is. Another thing I want to kind of cover is the speed on this device, as far as the network speed. A lot of people are a little disappointed because it doesn't have LTE, and I agree. I wish it did have LTE, but HSPA Plus is not so bad. At least on T-Mobile it's not. So I'm going to go into my settings and turn off Wi-Fi just to give you an idea of the speed of HSPA Plus 42 on T-Mobile's network. So we'll go over here to my speed test app. A geek review like mine is no review without a speed test app, or a speed test, excuse me. Okay, when we'll begin. And I hope you can see it, but that's my ping. The ping's not so great. Okay. Okay, and I got about 11 there. About 11.1 down and about 1.6 up. So that's pretty good. And we'll run it one more time just to give you a better idea. An average. Okay, not the greatest ping. I've had better ping times. Okay, now I got a little better there. I got about 16 down and about the same up. About 1.6 up, you know. So that's pretty good. I mean, 16, almost 17 megabits per second down. So that's pretty fast for HSPA. Not quite as fast as LTE, but I have reached speeds of up to 29 megabits per second. So I mean, with that much, even with what I'm getting here, you can do anything pretty much. You can stream video. Heck, even with 6, you can stream video. I mean, so it's, I mean, LTE, excuse me, would be nice, but I mean, HSPA Plus 42, at least in my area, works really well, which is the reason why I chose T-Mobile for this phone. And this phone was pretty much made to work on their network anyway. There is a rumor of it actually is not a rumor, there's a LTE chip in this phone, you know, because it was based off the other phone, the LG phone, the Optimus, I think it's the Optimus G. I hope I'm saying that right, I'm probably not. But anyway, it was based off that phone, and some people in Canada were able to get LTE to work on a specific band, but it's not really enabled. Okay, we'll look at the video performance of the Nexus 4 right here. We'll go to YouTube, and this is on HSPA Plus. So, and what we'll do is I'll go to my channel and we will upload a video for you to watch. And I'll probably have to enable HQ. Greetings YouTube, it's Quentin from Network Creation TV again. Okay, it's enabled. This is a review of the Samsung Galaxy Note 2. The Note 2, like and you can see the video, the software buttons go away and you have the full video. And this is only a 720p video, so but it shows video pretty good. It's made a little differently. It's taller actually, And let's go. Let's try something else. This is a 1080. It's not so great because the camera I'm filming it on is not that best, but it just gives you an idea. Hey YouTube, this is Quentin, Network Creations TV, and I'm excited. I got a box today, which I believe is. But you have plenty of screen real estate to watch videos. So I'm gonna get right to it and unbox it. Smaller box than what I thought. And I hate hearing myself on camera. Anyway, it gives you an idea what it looks like and how the screen will look when you're watching a full video. And I have it set to automatically stream in high def over Wi-Fi or over a cellular, excuse me. And this is on HSPA Plus, so you can see it'll stream video easy. I mean, especially with the speed I was getting. Anyway, that's enough of that. Okay, and then, you know, the typical YouTube app, which are, you know, the nice scrolling is really nice on it. A lot really improved, so it's pretty neat. Another thing I wanted to show is the Gmail is a little different in that when you click on the mail now, it scales the image and text down and fits the screen, so just like how iOS does. And I really like that. I never liked in the past where on previous Android systems or operating systems, the picture would be expanded to full size and you'd have to scroll around and read the whole email, and you couldn't shrink it down. So that's and on my phone, this wasn't enabled by default. I had to go right down here to settings, right here, and you go to general settings, and right here it has auto fit messages. Basically, if you can see it, I hope that clears up for you. But it has auto fit messages, shrink messages to fit screen, and allow zooming. You have to check this to enable this feature, or it'll be just like it was before. And it was, like I said, when I had got this phone, that was not this enabled by default, so I had to go in and do it. Battery life on the Nexus 4 is really great, actually. I've gotten about 12 hours out of it, 12 to 13 hours, and still had like about 30% left. About last night, I think I had about 12 hours and I had about 24% left. And like I said, it's not bad. I mean, it just depends on your use. I mean, you could go 3 straight hours after taking it off the charger and really burn it down, and it won't appear that your battery life is good. But you can also use that 3 hours over a period of time, over say 12, 13 hours, and it'll look really well. The screen time is what's really important. My actual screen time is only 28 minutes. And like I said, I've gotten up to about 3 hours, over 3 hours of actual screen time, and still went like a full day. But I used that 3 hours throughout the day and not like all at once. So hope if you know what I mean. Anyway, the battery's pretty good though, and I think you'll like it, especially after you exercise it a few times. You know, drain it down, charge it up. But I mean, if you're a power user, you're going to run through it anyway. So I would recommend getting a battery pack, since you can't remove the battery. So, and it's a 21 milliamp hour battery. A lot of people don't like that, you know, the fact that you can't remove it. But it doesn't bother me. I mean, it lasts just as long as when I had the S3. The storage on the Nexus 4 is not quite the best. I mean, they only offer an 8 and 16. Let me go to the settings and show you my what you were getting actually, which is not a lot. I mean, out of the box, you're only getting about 12.92 gigabytes of storage, because, you know, it takes up the operating system and stock apps take up some of that. Right now, I have about 7.88 available because I have some apps and music and a few pictures installed. A happy medium for me would be at least 32. Google, they didn't decide to include an SD card either, and they have their technical reasons for that. And I don't mind flash storage, but I wish if they were gonna do that, I should say, I just wish they would include an option for more storage. And I don't really, I don't mind paying extra for more storage. But anyway, it's not a total disappointment, but it would be nice to have more storage. I wanted to also talk about the music player. It's okay. I like the interface, but for some reason on this phone, it doesn't seem as loud as previous, like on my Samsung phones, And of course, you can swipe to albums and songs, your playlists, and then you can also rotate it, I believe, and get the different, the real neat 3D feature, like so, which that's kind of cool, but that's not nothing new. That's in other versions of Android. But I just don't like, the sound is not bad. It's okay. It's not as good as like on my S3, but it's not bad. And you can also download a third-party music app like PowerAmp or something like that. But that's just a brief overview of the music player. Pretty much the same as in Android 4.1, no different, But yeah, it's not bad. Another thing I wanted to talk about is the call quality. The call quality is excellent on this phone. It sounds really clear. The people who I'm talking to sound clear. They say I sound very clear to them. It's probably the best sounding phone as far as call quality on a Nexus phone that I've had. So that's a really good deal. The speaker is not the greatest. It's okay. It's actually pretty loud, but it's directly on the back and it's slitted and flat. So when you sit it down, it may muffle the sound a little bit, especially if you have a phone call. Unlike the Galaxy Nexus, the speaker was on the back, the bottom, but it was curved up, so the sound kind of came out a little easier. But I don't really listen to my phone that way as far as the speaker, listening to the external speaker for music or anything like that. So that's not something that really bothers me. But it's not the greatest speaker, but it's just okay. But to me, all phone speakers are just okay. None of them are like, great to me. But anyway, but overall, it's not bad. Overall, the Nexus 4 is a great phone. I really like it. Probably my favorite, or not probably, it is my favorite Nexus phone to date. And I like the feel of it. It feels like a real premium device. Wish I could get the bumper for it, but Google's ordering. I don't even want to get into that. But anyway, just make sure you get a nice case for it. I mean, I have this nice TPU case that I use, and I think you'll really enjoy it. It's a nice phone. Like I said, my favorite Google phone to date. It performs all the Google services that you like or that you need flawlessly, and have no issues so far. And anyway, I hope I covered everything. I know I left some stuff out, but I appreciate you watching my video and have a nice day.